the battle rap arena with Hip Hop Psycho, Jesse Rican. What's good, son?
Chilling, man. Mad feedback about your boy, O Solo, with quotation marks. Freaking. I think
yeah,
he'll call it in, actually.
I think I'm going to get that clip out tonight.
Yeah, I think that phone call actually made them want to see the O Solo Tech 9 match.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know, man. Whatchamacallit, yo, did you see Total Slaughter last night?
Yeah, actually I did. What was your take on it? Let everybody know what your take on it was, because you got your dream matchup at the end. So, you know, like, what's going on? What happened?
And Rex killed it. That was a
Yes,
lot.
he did. Yes, he did. With a whole bunch of Cortez flips. Like, that shit, with a whole bunch of Cortez flips. He was killing it. Now, let me go ahead and just take this.
With the show itself, the show was done really good, I think. Real formalic. But
it was a little bit better.
You know,
it was a little
the
bit better
reality show I expected.
It was a little bit better than I even expected. Like, you know, like I wasn't sure what to expect when I first watched it. I know, you know, I was watching and I got some of what I expected and everything else. You know, I figured they'll spend a little bit of time focusing on Daylight and everything. And yeah, he was up there doing what Daylight do. Of course, the cameras was loving them, following them all over the place. And yeah, like, I already knew what the outcome was going to be, but you know, I wanted to see exactly how it happened. And it was kind of funny. Was it me, or was it kind of funny just to see Rex come in at Hollywood as hell with like 7 minutes left in the show?
Yeah,
I was like, look at Rex, he Hollywood as hell right now.
but yo, to be fair, Rex was the one doing it when Mook and Lux was doing it, and you know, they put Mook and Lux as the mentor positions, which I thought was kind of funny also. Because, I mean, these are people that want to battle, though.
You're not the only one who found that a little bit odd. I thought that was really odd that Rex Mook and Lux was the mentors. Like, I don't know, that would have sat too well with me if I was like Verb or Arsenal or Big T or Marv One or whoever the case may be. Like, mentor, like I battled the same people you battled. Like, I battled the same people you battled. The fuck you, how the fuck is you my motherfucking mentor? Like, I can understand if Mook and Lux was mentoring the PGs, then I could understand. Because, you know, you got them way up here with their resume, and the PG dude's resume is way down here. You know, like, they just getting started. They ain't really, you know, got their feet wet yet. So I can understand if they're the ones who's getting mentored. But the be mentoring motherfuckers who got, like, Arsenal got 20-something million views? He got more views than Lux. Like, so, like, it's just funny to see this. Like, you know, people who don't follow the culture, you know, probably would be thinking something else. But, you know, people that's on the end of the culture probably is feeling a little bit the same way I was. Like, this is a little bit odd to be seeing them get mentored by Lux and Mook. What you have to say about it, though, Jeff?
No, I agree with you. Like, especially somebody like Arsenal who, like, has so many views. That's kind of like, you know, I know he had to feel a certain way about it. And even Slaughterhouse, when they're like, I don't know if some of the shit was scripted or they were just playing out the parts, but they're like, oh, man, yeah, we're in the house with legends. Like, yeah, you know, Joe Buttons is one of my favorites, but these dudes talk to Buttons and Joe Ortiz. They meet them all the time. I know Marv One definitely knows who they are because Marv hangs out with them, and, you know, well, definitely Royce. I don't know about the other two, but I don't think this was K. Slay. They've done the K. Slay show. K. Slay interviews battle rappers, you know, with Nate, with Straight Stunning. I know K. Slay has interviewed a few battle rappers. So it's just funny that they were acting like it's their first time meeting them, which I don't think was the case.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was
I don't think it was. It might have been the case with a few of them. But that part of it seemed a little contrived. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, for the most part, when you're in the end on this battle rap stuff, everybody knows everybody, but a lot. And, you know, like, when you got certain people that hangs around and the inner circle or whatever. People meet people or whatever. But it's probably certain scenarios where, like, I'm sure Big T has met, like, Royce the 5'9" before. Maybe not Joe Buttons. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it might have been something like along those type lines where they knew some of them probably the first time they met a couple. But they try to soup it up like wow, like I never met none of these people before. I never seen none. Like it's the perception that they trying to give to the mainstream audience that's just a little funny to see. But I ain't gonna pick them apart about that too much. That's TV production. The BET UFF did something similar to, like, the way they produced it and everything. Like, so I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's mainstream TV. I totally get it. And I still have a little bit of a problem with 1 round, 90 seconds. And I also agree with what some of the MCs said on the show when they said how it's a little bit fucked up that Rex had God knows how long to prepare for whoever he was going to choose, because we all know Rex knew, like, days in advance probably, that he was going to pick Cortez in the first round, and he specifically wrote, do not lose that first round. Like, and don't get me wrong, Rex was on fire, but he was at a little Cortez was at a slight disadvantage in that scenario or whatever, and you kind of saw it with him. That's kind of like why I think he, like, stumbled and fucked up, because I think he heard, especially going second, he heard what Rex had, and he knew, he got pretty much, dig deep in his shit to pretty much beat what Rex was just talking about. And, I don't think he was ready for somebody to come with those type of prepared bars. I think he had a bunch of random bars pretty much, so to speak, for, like, kind of for ready for and prepared for whoever. And Rex came there specifically gunning for Cortez, and he was at a little bit of a disadvantage. Hence why, I really want to see how the Known 4 battle went.
Yeah, well, actually, Rex commented on that. I called you earlier to tell you this also. I forgot to tell you right now before the show went on. Rex commented early on his Instagram that every rapper was well aware, like, a couple of weeks before he got there, that he was going to go into the house like that. And that they just played off that perception. So,
well, if that's the case, then it is what it is. If they knew, then it is what it is. If that's the case,
this is what Rex said.
Because
this is what
if
Rex
I knew that, now let me just, from an MC standpoint, if I knew that, if I knew I was going to the house and Rex was going to come in last and he was going to pick one of us to battle, I'm going to have bars on deck for Rex. I'm going to have bars on deck for Rex just in case he decided to pick me to step up first and battle. I'm going to have bars on deck for him, and specifically, I'm going to have bars on deck for him, because he's going, that he's going to be the one deciding somebody's fate as far as who's going to be getting in the ring. So just in case he picks me, I have no choice but to have bars on deck for him. Like, so if they knew, then that's on them. Then I can't really give Rex the advantage that I was just giving them if they knew.
And then Rex had also mentioned that Tez was supposed to face him like a month before the show even went on, that got canceled. So he should have had 3 rounds already written for him.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You brought up good points. I mean, is this true that they knew? Because if they knew, like you said, if they didn't know, Rex has a super unfair advantage, not only in the part of choosing Tez, but he knew who Tez was going against, so he could knock out 2 birds with 1 stone on writing for both opponents, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, but again, this is the way they chose to do it, and it actually worked out for them, because they kind of actually planned it to go that way. You could tell they kind of planned it to go that way. They didn't want Rex to go home early. I can tell you that they didn't want Rex to go home early. So and it didn't happen. So like it worked out the way they planned it. Yeah, I should say, it seemed like that was the plan, because it would have looked kind of silly for Rex to come in Hollywood as he did at the end, and then turned around and had to sleep on that fucked up ass couch they got to sleep on. That would have been a bad look. You feel me? So it worked out the way they wanted it to work out. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I can't be mad at the decision they made. I don't think Cortez would even argue that fact. So, but again, 90 seconds, one round. I would like to see something a little bit different when it comes to that format. But I do like how they promoting the culture. I felt like they did a good job, as far as promoting the culture.
It fits Rex's style. And somebody like DNA, who's going to be our guest, it fits them, 90 seconds, one round.